In this video, I'm going to show you this really awesome way that you can create your very own custom-made bokeh patterns. So let's get right into it. So bokeh. What on earth does bokeh mean? Bokeh is basically the blurry part of your image. So if you're focused on a subject in the foreground and you have a low aperture, the background will be really blurry. And typically the bokeh pattern will be a circle. So if you're shooting fairy lights, for example, then these are typically going to be out of focus circles in the back of the shot. But we can change the shape of this bokeh. So we can change this to a love heart, a star, a square, a rectangle, whatever you like. We can change the shape of that bokeh in the background to whatever you like. Now we need to do a little bit of arts and crafts to create this. We need to create our own filter for the camera lens, and we're going to do that with this black card. So we're going to begin by taking the lens cap off the camera. We'll get rid of that for now. And we're going to make sure this black card goes all the way around the lens. And if it does, then you just want to roughly measure out the length of the lens, and you want to cut the card at that point. So the lens is roughly this big, and we're going to make a cut roughly down here. Now, once you've successfully cut that piece of card, you just want to make sure this goes all the way around the lens. And if it does, then you just want to go ahead and cut one little strip off the very end. So we're just going to cut this little inch off here. And now this should go most of the way around the lens, but there should be a gap at the top, and we're making sure that this gap is here so we can adjust the focus ring once this filter is applied. So once you're happy with this, we're just going to sellotape this to the camera lens. Make sure you don't put sellotape onto any of the moving parts. So don't put the sellotape onto the focus ring. Don't put it on to the button, which switches from autofocus to manual focus. Now, once you're happy with that and that's stuck to the camera lens, we need to get a piece of circle card, which is the same diameter of the lens. So you want to hold up your piece of card to the camera lens, and you can either draw a circle around this or you can just guess it. Make sure this card is a little bit bigger than the camera lens because you want to fold this over around the edges. So there we go. It's not perfect, but it kind of does the job. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And now in the very middle of this circle piece of card, we can go ahead and cut out a specific shape. So you can do a love heart, you can do a star, a rectangle, whatever you fancy. This is where you want to do the shape. You don't want to make it too big though. You don't want to fill up this whole circle with that shape. You want to make this probably about the size of a 1p coin, just in the middle of this card. So once you have cut out the shape, you just want to remove that middle bit of card. You just want to get rid of this because that is no longer needed. And we can go ahead and we can tape this onto the camera lens. So as you can see, I've gone for this rectangle here. Of course, you're welcome to do any shape you like. I've just done a very rough rectangle. And I'm just going to go ahead and tape this onto the lens. And there we go. If you followed all of those steps, then you should have this really DIY camera filter on top of your camera lens. And there should be a gap on the side just here where you can adjust your focus. So once you've turned the camera on, you want to turn your aperture all the way down to the lowest possible number. I'm on a Canon 50mm f1.8 lens, and this means I can drop my aperture down to f1.8. So get your aperture down to the lowest possible settings, adjust your focus on an object in the foreground. And if you look in the background of your shot, you'll notice that the bokeh is that shape that you just created on the camera filter. Now, if you're getting some vignetting from this camera filter, then you need to do one of two things. If you have a zoom lens, then all you have to do is just zoom in just a little bit if you can, just to zoom past that. Or if you have a prime lens on your camera and you can't zoom in, then all you have to do is cut a hole slightly bigger than the one that you've already created, and you'll notice that black vignette will disappear from the footage. So there you go. It's a really awesome but really playful trick that will transform your footage and add a lot of character into your videos. So if you found this helpful at all, or if you enjoyed watching this video, then please do let me know in that comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe, check out the previous video, and I will see you tomorrow for another brand new video. Thank you for watching.